Hey everybody, welcome back to School of Love. We're so glad to have you here with us today. And today we are talking about marriage of love and sex. Why do I say this? Because when I look at our society today, I see that we have divorced love from sex. That we don't need to love someone in order to have sex with them. But the problem is sex is so powerful that outside of the context of love, outside of the context of marriage, outside of the context of commitment and trust, it can be one of the most destructive forces in the universe. When I look at sex, I think this is the greatest gift from God. It brings two people together. It brings love and honesty and commitment. It can build a family. It can build a society. Love can be this powerful tool for building and creating. But when it's divorced from this concept of love, of commitment, of marriage, sex can be one of the most destructive forces in the universe. So when we look at our idea of sex, often we're seeing this idea that, well, sex is great, it is awesome, it is amazing, and I don't want anybody to tell me how to do it, when to do it, with whom to do it. I want sex, I want gratification, I want it for me, and I want it now. And in this way, we pursue sex in damaging ways. We pursue sex in ways that are going to hurt ourselves and hurt other people. We use sex as we look at other people like, hey, there's a great object for sex. And we devalue that person, we devalue ourselves, and sex becomes this destructive unit. This idea of free sex is anything but free. It comes with a lot of consequences. It comes with a lot of burdens. When we look at the power of sex and how destructive it can be, there's one big place we can see is in the Me Too movement, right? It's been highlighted how destructive sex can be, right? When someone takes advantage of you, when someone takes advantage of this physical interaction of sex, it can destroy a person's feelings of worth, of value. It can destroy their identity and making them feel worthless. Where sex should be really something that builds people up. And so when I look at the importance of talking to our teens, talking to our teens about sex, it really comes down to this. They need to know that sex and love go hand in hand. Sex and love are within the confines of marriage. Some people have this idea, oh, they're teens, let them explore, let them try things out, let them figure out all about their sexuality, see how it feels, see what they like, see what they don't like, and make sure to do all this before entering that committed relationship. Some people even say, hey, before marriage, you got to test out the goods, you got to see what's there, see if you enjoy it. But sex is way too powerful to be something that we just try out, that we just drive around and we just see how it feels. Because even if we don't want to accept that sex is powerful, it is. Sex binds us together emotionally, spiritually, physically. And so when we engage in sex and we're unprepared emotionally, we're unprepared physically, we're unprepared spiritually for what that sex is going to do to us, to the ramifications of sex, it can completely destroy us and having damaging effects that carry with us lifelong, right? People that are affected with sexual assault, people that are affected by misuse of love, misuse of sex at earlier ages, they come into marriage and sex can become a terrifying thing. It can be something that people don't feel comfortable to engage in. But when we marry sex and love, when we say sex belongs in the confines of marriage, sex belongs in that committed relationship, it becomes the most freeing and engaging and thing that uplifts our value. Sex becomes something that says, this person is committed to me, and it reminds us day in and day out. It reinforces that commitment that we have. Sex should be enjoyed. Sex should be blissful. Sex should be amazing. Sex should be life-giving. And when we marry these two together, It is all those things and more. This is God's greatest gift. And I want you to remember and you to remind your kids how great of a gift sex is. And it's just that valuable that we should wait till we have the right person, someone that we can commit ourselves to, someone that we can devote ourselves to, someone that we can engage with, someone that we can support, someone that we can be there for before we give this greatest gift or we receive this greatest gift from someone else. Remember that sex is the most powerful thing, but its only true power is made evident within the confines of marriage. So everybody, we wish you a wonderful Valentine's Day. Today is Valentine's Day when I'm shooting this. And I'm reminded about sex. I hope you can be reminded about the value of sex and just how beautiful and wonderful it can be. So we're glad to have you here with us, and we hope that this made you think. All the best, and see you next week.